wanted to make sure you understood. I understand on the last answer, there were two answers given, blood and plasma. The only one I heard was blood, which fortunately for them is the correct answer, so the scores stand as they are right now. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the faculty coaches for the teams as we give you the score update. The team from Albermarle in Charlottesville has a score of 280. That's good for second place right now. Now, listen to this. I'm very, very pleased to introduce their faculty coach, Mr. David Larrick. Mr. Larrick was on our program in Washington in 1964 from James Wood High School in Winchester, Virginia. He since went on to the University of Virginia, now is teaching Latin. It's wonderful to see you again, David, and it takes us way back 24 years. Our show began in 1961. Thank you for being with us. Now, the team from St. Anne's Belfield in Charlottesville has the lead. They have 340. Their faculty coach, Dr. R.M. Cornell. Thank you very much, Dr. Cornell, for being with us. The team from Madison County, very much in this game at 270. Their faculty coach, Miss Rachel Beal. Thank you all for being with us today. And now, teams, we're going to move on into the next round, where each correct answer is again worth 20 points. Now, 20 up for a right answer, 20 off for a wrong answer, 10 off if the teams pass the question. See the lights below the teams' names? If they're on in a row like that, that will show 8 questions in a row answered correctly. That's good for 25 extra points. So it's the turn for Albermarle. St. Anne's, select, please. 2. Very well. Let's try number 2 for Dallas, Jacob, and Mark. Let's see. Let me get all of these questions out here. Now, don't start the clock until now. Fort Fairfield, Maine, has an annual festival honoring the blossom of what starchy vegetable, Maine's chief agricultural product?
Potato.
That's right. You don't have to ring the bell here. The character Humpty Dumpty might be very nervous if you invited him to inspect what structure that extends for 1,500 miles in China.
Great Wall of China.
That's right. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, but he also created the tetrahedral variety of what wind-blown object that Ben Franklin used in his electricity experiment.
Kite.
Kite is right. On the monitor, choice. The Newtonian law of physics break down when applied to particles on the atomic scale. To describe their behavior, we must rely on the
quantum mechanics.
The quantum mechanics is right. In 1970, the Academy Award for Best Picture went to a film biography of what American general who was nicknamed Old Blood and Guts?
Patton.
That's right. Tapakata are the magic words that
Walter
transport...
Mitty.
Walter Mitty, that transport Walter Mitty is right. Now, on the monitor, Matt, you will wish to be careful as you perform the indicated operations and state that the resulting figure is what integer? That's to answer or pass.
10.
No, the answer is 22, so that is 20 down. Next, when a White House guest told the 30th president she bet she could make him say more than 2 words, what tight-lipped 20th century Republican answered, "You lose."
Woodrow Wilson.
No, that was Calvin Coolidge, so 20 points down, and Albemarle 360 after its part of the round. And next in this round, it's St. Anne's Belfield, so Madison County. Select Coleman.
Number 3.
Number 3. All right, David, Atul, and Eric. On Hawaii's island of Oahu, the punch bowl is not a container for punch, but a cemetery for those who died when what harbor was bombed December 7th, Pearl Harbor. What biblical tower might have been called the Talking Tower?
Babel.
That's right. The first European Special Olympics for the handicapped were held in 1985 in what capital city of the Republic of Ireland?
Dublin.
Dublin is right. On the monitor, a choice. The enzyme in saliva, which changes starch into maltose, is called...
Amylase.
No, it's tyalin, 20 down. Despite the awful violence in South Africa today, peacemakers should remember that the southern cape of that country now has what's an auspicious name?
Good Hope.
That's right. At a party for Edwin Arlington Robinson characters, what young man would have missed the festivities because he'd gone home and put a bullet through his head?
Richard Corey.
That's right. On the monitor, stating your answer in lowest terms, and as an integer, tell us the value of the expression.
18.
18 is right. New York Governor Horatio Seymour saw less of the voters than he should have during the 1868 presidential race. He lost to what Republican?
Grant.
Grant is right. So St. Anne's has 460 after its part of the round. And now in round 3, it's the turn from Madison County. Albemarle, which one here? Jacob?
Why don't we try number 1?
Why not, Jacob? What the heck? Here's Ron Coleman and Patrick ready to go to bat in this round. Alan Drury, author of Advise and Consent, recently published a novel whose title identifies what huge building the headquarters for the Defense Department.
Pentagon.
That's right. It was not until 1880 that the government of France officially observed what national holiday named for a prison attack
Bastille Day.
Bastille. The Jolly Roger was a pirate ship of Captain Hook and what James Barrie children's classic
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. On the monitor, choice. After placing a coin on a card and supporting both with his finger, a person can snap the card out from under the coin without disturbing it. This is an expression of centrifugal force, inertia, gravitation.
Inertia.
Inertia is the right answer. And next is this. If supermarkets wanted to use mythological characters to advertise their home winemaking kits, what convivial classical god of wine would
Dionysus.
Dionysus or Bacchus is right. A standard Italian version of Beauty and the Beast was written by Carlo Collodi, an Italian writer, best known for what story about a puppet who becomes human?
Pinocchio.
That's right. Now on the monitor, what is the least common multiple of the given integers?
60.
60 is right. Although his Interior Secretary Albert Fall got much attention for his misdeeds, what 20th century president had in his cabinet other men of the caliber of Herbert Hoover and Charles Evans Hughes?
Harding.
Harding is right, so I think you had them all right, so there's a bonus. Is that not right? Yes, a bonus of 25, and that's the end of round 3. Very good. Now, before we get to the grab bag free-for-all, let's see what this has done to the score. Albermarle has 360, St. Anne's Belfield the lead at 460, but Madison County with the bonus at 455. And now it's a free-for-all round, 20 up for a right answer, 20 off for a wrong answer. Detroit has its Red Wings hockey team, but what birds that have wings but cannot fly identify the NHL team in Pittsburgh, St. Anne's?
Penguins.
That's right. Paul Revere was a silversmith, but what was the chief product of Yankee craftsman Simon Willard, a product that was a modern replacement for the sundial? All right, Madison.
Watch.
Watch or clock is right. The largest area ever under one man's rule was the empire of what Mongol, who is, all right, Madison.
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan is right. On the monitor, this might look like a blue amoeba, but it's actually an outline map of what Southeast Asian, St. Anne.
Laos.
Laos is right. You don't have to go to the Met to see an opera right now. There's one on Broadway in the title of what new hit musical who has that Phantom of the Opera. Too late. Next, the cosine of what acute angle is equal to the sine, Albermarle?
45.
Of 20 degrees, 70 degrees, so 20 down. You'd have needed sled dogs as well as a pick and shovel had you joined the Klondike Gold Rush in what westernmost Albermarle?
California.
In the Yukon, 20 down. Now on the monitor, this is the famous marble lion guarding the main branch of what New York City institution, St. Anne?
The library.
That's right, public library. Choice, a glass vibrates in response to a musical pitch due to which of the following? Absorption, beats, or resonance? St. Anne's?
Resonance.
Resonance is right. An English student who complained that Blake was bleak could not have read William Blake's poem about what jungle animal, St. Anne's?
Tiger.
Tiger, that's right. Steve Sommers' recent novel about politics and espionage in Washington has what two-word title suggesting a candidate backed by his home state's delegates at a convention? Who has that? St. Anne's?
Favorite son.
Favorite son is right, and that's the end of the game.